Don't look now, folks, but Joe Biden has been bragging about the stock market. And I got to tell you, this has a lot of folks working, including the people over at Sentiment Trader. Take a look at this chart they posted, right? Because not long ago, Joe Biden said the stock market's gone up exponentially since I've been president. Then he said the stock market has hit a new record on my watch. Then all of a sudden it fell. Like, you remember Jimmy Stewart in Vertical? Look at that. The market went straight down. Directional shifts always happen. So please, the stock market is not the economy. Listen, the stock market is a gauge on where maybe the economy is going. But even these days, that's become misleading, right? Because these days it reflects more of the prospects of the wealthiest companies out there, and many of them leading this fourth industrial revolution. Now, I know financial media has been working overtime to pump up the president, including unlimited talk about things like household wealth and balance sheets. I want you to take a look at this, though. At the end of the second quarter of this year, the bottom 50% of households, you know how wealthy they are? They had 2.5% of wealth. Yeah, they might be up, but 2.5%? I wonder why they're not on the street celebrating that. And then, of course, there's talk of the jobs market and wages finally catching up to inflation. This after 26 months of being far below inflation. Meanwhile, the median income for black Americans back in the early 1970s, $35,000. For white Americans was $60,000. Take a look at the gap now, $52,000 to $108,000. That's more than 100% difference. By the way, the average American needs 41% of their paycheck to own a house these days. That's up from 28% when Joe Biden took office. Now, despite all of these things, President Biden is still most passionate about paying off loans for college grads. Well, they make up 39% of the population, and they hold 73% of the wealth. Which brings me to the fact that all of these programs, all of these things that it's done in the name of the middle class and the poor, all of this cash, it always finds its way back into two things: the stock market and the pockets of the ultra wealthy. So be careful out there. Leave the stock market alone and work on some other things if you can.